And stuff. There's some instructions. And you put a little money in there, and you do the thing, and then that's how the show works. We move forward, lightning, agility, and speed, no matter what K-Rob's playing here. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's important to understand here that you know what I mean when I say uncomfortable? You know what I mean? You know? Uncomfortable? So, here we go. We have a couple questions here. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to think about the future. Not the future of this show. This show doesn't have a future. I'm talking about the real future. I'm talking about space, ladies and gentlemen. These are the monologues of the astrologer Pete Goldie, whose 5-minute mission to seek out new life and new ways for NASA to waste billions and billions of dollars, to boldly talk about graphs and pie charts and make them interesting and sexy. Here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pete Goldie. Here he is. Let's hear it for him. Remember what I was saying about uncomfortable? Where is he? Hello?
Where is he?
Are you kidding?
Where's Pete Goldie?
Did you smoke pots before the show? This is a do-over. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Goldie.
Pete Goldie.
Pete Goldie, I promise you. No. Are you here? Let's do it. It's a show. Come on. No.
No
What do you mean no? No, I didn't. No. Well, you know me. Are we going to get to give out these wonderful 2009 astronomy bookmarks?
Yeah, I think we can give one to each member of our vast audience tonight.
Wow. Lucky you.
That's right.
So come on, let's just, can we skip the part with the space and the money and the wasting of all the time and the interesting and the uncomfortable and just get right to the sexy?
No. The nice, picture of something and...
What is it? What?
Well, that honeycomb structure is the, that's the Hubble Space Telescope mirror. Perfect. There. This is the idea that we had of the shape of our solar system, the outer part of it, before the Cassini orbiter reached Saturn and began looking out and making some measurements on the heliosphere. But you might see that this thing is sort of shaped like a big comet stretched out as our solar system cruises through on its way through the Milky Way. However, the Cassini orbiter has been able to do the same measurements that the Voyager orbiters did, just not from the same distance, and they have come up with some new measurements. And the multicolored, next picture, David, the multicolored hues you're going to see here, here we see, Cassini there versus where the Voyagers are, the bow shock wave in front of our entire solar system moving through the interplanetary medium there. The Helios sheet, again, as our sun throws out energetic particles from the thermonuclear reactions in the center, it pushes out a bubble called the heliosphere, and the Helios sheet is the outer parts of it. But Cassini is well within this Helios sheet. It's in the inside, far from the termination shock, yet still, it has been able to measure the direction in which we're moving by the energetic electrons it can pick up, as well as the intensity of everything else. And it is no longer, you see, shaped like a comet moving through space. It is, in fact, spherical. Same picture, we'll flat it out, and you can see the direction we're going, and the energetic electrons are slightly raised in their intensity. I don't know why nose is there, but tail is there. Here we're going to show an animation of what Cassini has shown. As you fly out from the solar region and the interplanetary part of it, you get to the outer area where there's a bunch of trans-Neptunian objects, and then there's the Oort cloud of comets way out there. Now, if this animation proceeds as I'm hoping, it's going to show you how this whole sphere is moving through space. The ribs are the magnetic lines of force. The intergalactic magnetic lines of force are the ribs of the boa constrictor, as we are the rat moving through the boa constrictor as a big round bolus, if you can picture that. There we are, a big round ball going through the boa constrictor of space. A rat that's being digested by a boa constrictor. And here you see the geysers of Enceladus on the South Pole. Here's a whole string of geysers along one of these trenches going out. These are actually erupting in the dark side of that moon. The water vapor frozen into ice is rising up, catching the sunlight, glowing. As you can see, there are geysers all over the place on Enceladus. Again, they don't know why. To see this in 3D perspective, you'd have to have eyeballs about the size of basketballs and then be about 5 feet away from this, and you'd be able to see this beautiful geysering effect.
But why are we talking about it if we don't have any 3D glasses?
No, you don't use 3D glasses. You just put you put your face right in front of it until you go cross-eyed, and suddenly you see everything in 3D. But to see it projected on screen this effect, you'd have to have, again, huge eyeballs and be about 10 feet away.
But why would you want to look at it at all?
We're going to now fly through one of these geysers with the spacecraft, which it really does, and actually collects the geyser material in the dust particle collector. Here it is, flying through. That's it. You saw it. Because they only have 4 frames of that animation. That's the best I can do.
How much did that cost the American taxpayers?
Oh, I don't think that costs much more than a nice luxury SUV. That one image there. I think so.
Anything you scientist guys want.
Yeah, why not?
Holy shit.
Yes. Another thing just released. All right, while we're taking this break, I'd like to introduce everyone in the audience to you, Chicken, because half of them are my friends from my hometown. Over here, that's Richard, that's Eric Ancio, that's Wendy Wolf.
It's your pleasure to meet me.
That's Catherine. Okay, yeah, they're all from my hometown. By the way, all these people here, who I went to high school with,
Yes.
they're the smart ones from my high school.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
You mean this presentation can get even drier?
No.
Is that possible?
Oh, no, they would not
Oh,
care.
where are the funny graphs and pie charts that we can't read?
There it is. It says an aurora is a form of space weather. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, here we go, Saturday. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't that look just like that paper model right there? Notice that? But here's the real thing. Here they have the aurora popping up. Now, the nice thing about this aurora, even though it's colored orange so that you can see it, is that is the real visible light aurora that you would see if you were riding on that spacecraft. Blah, blah, blah. He says things. He's really excited about this, just like I am. The cool thing, when you get magnetic lines crossing and reconnecting, that's when you have the energetic particles flying back, impacting the atmosphere in the polar areas, and you get this glowing
You're
area.
totally making this up
I
right
am
now.
making it up right now. That's right. And there's some pictures of the real aurora, again, from the South Pole of Saturn. But here again is the real aurora of Saturn.
Well, that was uncomfortable.
I hope you like that. I have something else for you.
Okay.
David, next thing.
Are we,
Yeah, so
is it
real
gonna be
quick, short animation. I just want to show you.
sexy?
Yes, this is really sexy. Again, this is Epimetheus and Janus, 2 small moons of Saturn orbiting, and those are real pictures taken of the moons as they transit each other from the perspective of the spacecraft. This was then overlaid on what you would see in the background. This animation was created from raw data by some high school students. Guess how much that cost, NASA? Nothing. High school students can just download this data, make their own animations,
And put it on the internet and then you show it to us here?
there you go.
Amazing!
I know, I thought you'd like this stuff. It's really something.
What are we looking at?
What the kids of our country and others can do. It's quite something. But we're done with that, David. It's those are 2 small moons. And we're going to just go ahead and show a picture of Daria.
Hey,
There's Daria making something of my hair. We're at the Cal Academy. She really has a good time there. And one last picture, and I'll get out of your way here. Next week, as I've been promising for a very long time, I'm going to explain why these guys in the bunny suits are changing the oil on this spacecraft before launching it into space. And how in the world a solid cube of aluminum is a telescope. A solid cube of aluminum is a telescope.
Well, I mean, if a solid cube of aluminum can be a telescope, I'm going to tell you how that can be. Because your space segment opens my show, so anything is possible. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Goodbye, Pete.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That is the truth. Holy shit.